Wrestle Addict Radio HQ, representing kings of the rings to the fullest. King Ricky made the hot tag to Willie T, and out of nowhere like Randy is the Queen Bee. K-Fay brother, 400 plus in the bag like money in the bank brother. See when they pod, it's the opposite of common. Look at the comments, crowned in a certified top 10. You heard? Kings of the Rings pod. Throw up a too sweet when you see the squad. Like a chop in a, I know you feel it. Kings of the Rings are the illest. Kings of the Rings are the illest. Kings of the Rings are the illest.
You either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself say, fuck them kids. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 401, already titled Hollywood Heels, because I think it's goddamn appropriate. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. If you think we're here to talk about AEW Revolution for that big event that they're supposed to be doing over the weekend, you are sorely mistaken. This may be the first time ever we are just like abandoning the prediction show because something big in the history of pro wrestling happened over the weekend. If you've been living under a rock, you don't know what it is. But if you haven't been, you're about to. Before we get started, obviously, let's bring together our special guest just for this show who decided that since they are on a break from work for an entire week after being in Chicago, they decided that they wanted to do something with their lives again. Ladies and gentlemen, back for the umpteenth time, Sir Charles, live from Atlanta. How are you, Sir Charles?
Oh, I'm doing well. How's everybody doing?
Still in shock. I literally told people I needed a wellness check after Saturday. It was
that is in fact what you told me. Yes.
Yes. And I'm the mental health counselor of the group. Anywho, folks, this tells you how bad or how amazing and shocking it was. With me back as always, the founder, the proprietor, of a man who is actually going to be in Toronto once the tariffs have kicked in. Will Tarashock.
I just Googled beaver tail and Toronto can't come soon enough. I might go there early just to go and look at beaver tail, just to come back and talk about it. So you said beaver tail, I thought you meant like the actual meat, not like a pastry.
No. It's like a pastry, yeah.
That's so it's like a lobster tail. Like you have like a lobster tail.
Kinda, yeah.
It's like a croissant or whatever. But yeah, it's me. It's Willie T. Days since last incident, 7. Yeah, that's correct. Because last week I was sick, but I still made it. And this week I'm still a little sick. Kind of funny how that works. Yeah, but I'm here. I'm still alive. I'm breathing. Kay Murphy, reborn, back from the dead. How are you, my love?
I am alive. I also needed a wellness check. I performed Ricky's wellness check because I have 4+ years of crisis intervention training.
And I've had like 12 years of being in the field.
Saving lives. Screw that, John Cena turned heel. We are truly in crisis, y'all. And I'm ready to talk about it. I had to email my own therapist.
Wait a second. Did you really email your own therapist about the John Cena heel turn?
No, but I had therapy the next day, so it came up in session.
Fair enough.
So it came up in session.
Fair
Amazing.
Fair enough.
Oh no, my poor therapist.
All right, I need to know, Kay. Were you the one who also broke the news to your therapist that John Cena turned heel?
I don't think my therapist really gives a shit about wrestling.
Lucky.
So I was just kind of word vomiting about like other stuff that had gone on during my week, and I'm like, and John Cena went heel.
That's even better.
I know.
I'm literally like, fuck my job, fuck this economy, wedding planning is stressful, John Cena's a bad guy.
And any therapist worth their gumption has to address all of those issues in session.
And she did.
Well, you can't just yell all of that stuff. Yeah, you can't just yell all of that stuff.
That's insane.
And we have to address it.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god.
So shout out to my therapist.
Yeah, shout out. Everybody
holding it down.
Everybody needs mental health, folks. Yes, everybody does. Yes, and even me. So yeah, Elimination Chamber happened live from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, home of the Beaver Tail, P Meal, St. Lawrence Market, and a lot of kooky Canucks. I was there in the Sky Dome, and I will tell you this: the Sky Dome's huge.
Yeah, it looks big. It looks quite large.
Yeah, it is pretty big. There are from a standpoint of getting people into the arena, there are gates around the entire thing. There's about 15 to 20 gates.
Wow. Oh, thank God.
Yes. Do you know how short the lines were?
Oh, probably really short.
Yeah. Really.
Can I ask
what's up, Kay?
An important question?
Yeah.
How is the food at the Sky Dome?
I drank a lot.
Naturally.
I drank a lot. There was a lot of whiskey being done. Ironically, actually, I was with the Queen Danny. Shout out to Queen Danny. And we went to a bar close to the Sky Dome called the Loose Moose.
Ooh, that sounds
great
fun.
Name.
Yeah, it's in walking distance, the Loose Moose, where I had Long Island's and poutine. So I was pretty good before going into the show.
There Long Island's in Canada. That's funny.
You know what it is? All right, so for me, the Long Island is my base drink to have. It's a weird metric in Charles' Sam.
Wait. Your base drink is a Long Island?
Yes, welcome to me working in nightlife for over 10 years.
You say like that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a base.
So
a Long Island is just like all the drinks.
Yes, that's why it's my base drink.
My ex-boyfriend, I had an ex-boyfriend whose hobby was blacking out on Applebee's Long Island iced teas, and he got kicked out of the Applebee's.
That's not a hobby. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's concerning. That is concerning.
Well,
that's what we call a pattern.
Yeah.
He got kicked out of the Applebee's, and he was found passed out in the bathroom, and the waiter had to go get me. So that is my LI experience.
Yeah. So yeah, Long Island's are my base. It's how I gauge if a bartender or a bar is good or not. I know it's a really dumb metric to go by, but that's just what I do. And it was all right. So
did you explain to them what it was?
No, it was on the menu.
Ah.
Yeah.
I feel like the Long Island's is like a very common drink.
It is, but I also have a heavy hand, so I'm very particular about how my Long Islands are made. Usually, if I choke it on first sip, it's probably great. so that's me. So I didn't really try the food. There was this weird convenience stand. It was like it was like gourmet corn dogs.
Oh, that sounds really good.
It was really interesting. We thought about it afterwards that we should have tried it, and we didn't, because everything else was like hot dogs, hamburgers, nothing too crazy there at the Sky Dome. But also, it was only a capacity of 40,000 because they only used pretty much the infield for the show.
Yeah, I was trying to think where, because I know the entrance ramp was the dugout.
Yeah, so pretty much the mat was the mound.
Was the mound? Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably the best place to put everybody.
And if you watch the pre-show, if you watch the pre-show and the post-show, they just created a stage for them. So that's why it's elevated, because they built an elevated stage for the pre and post-show.
Yeah.
So
probably in the outfield then.
The outfield was mostly open space, except I think in left field, because I could see it from where we were sitting. They actually had a merch stand for people on the floor.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah. So it was a pretty interesting setup, but they can easily clear 80,000. The Sky Dome's nice, very, very nice. Setup for it and everything. Entrances were great. The merch store and the photo stuff were also in the Sky Dome, so they pretty much took the Blue Jays team store and made it a merch store.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I mean it's all right. It's all right there.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. So Elimination Chamber, they're going to come back. Drake was also in attendance, which I'm surprised no one took advantage of.
Dude, it's so funny. They didn't show him on TV.
For a good reason.
Yeah.
For a good reason.
They didn't show him. They didn't mention him. I didn't know Drake was there until after.
Yeah. So from a standpoint of like the way that the Sky Dome and everything was set up, because I don't want to call it the Rogers Center, because fuck that. I loved it. This is also my first international wrestling event. I thought it was great. People, stupid nice. But it was just a great atmosphere all around. And since it's only like an hour flight to Toronto, we could all definitely do this.
Yeah, it's not that long of a drive either. It's like an 8 hour drive.
8 hour drive, yeah. We could split a drive, or you can or you can just fly it for an hour.
Yeah, the flight's probably not that expensive either.
No, not really. And the best part about it is that you go through U.S. Customs in Toronto.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So when I literally I was in JFK for maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, on the way back.
It was funny though. Someone asked Triple H in the post show. It's like, will WrestleMania ever come to Toronto? And Triple H, I'm paraphrasing, basically said, "Yeah, Toronto can't afford it." He was like, because what he actually said was like, yeah, like that's a tough one because we bring literal hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue to a city, so the bidding process is competitive, which means it's fucking expensive.
Yeah, which is a shame because from my experience in the last couple of days in Toronto, I also learned that you don't save a second T in Toronto, so there's that. But
Toronto,
it's Toronto, okay. Yeah.
Toronto,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people say Toronto, but that's not right.
I was corrected about that really quickly. But it would be a great host city. Everything's right there. Like you can go from a Sky Dome and walk to the Air Canada Center, also known as the Scotiabank Arena, as well. They're on the same street.
Smart.
Like from the Pearson Airport, you can take a 15-minute train right into downtown Toronto, which once you get out of the train station, you can walk to the Sky Dome or to the Scotiabank Arena. Like everything's right there. So it's
that's cool. So convenient.
Yeah, it's a really cool setup. So let's get into the reason for the season here, and we have the initial men's elimination chamber match. I know you think, why aren't we talking about that thing beforehand? But we have to set it up first. So men's elimination chamber happened, and we're only going to the part where, we got the final three because that was the most important part. Here, you had John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins gets eliminated. He'll be back later. And then, Kay, if I have your ear for a little bit, were you able to read lips between CM Punk and John Cena?
I tried so hard, I couldn't read it. I need to go back and watch it.
And got so far, and in the end, it didn't even matter. But from what I heard from people who were reading lips, their dialogue was, I miss you too. Was part of it. And then they hugged and they put on what can only be described as Money in the Bank 2013 all over again. It was
Cena
so
and Punk. I thought what Rollins said.
No, Cena and Punk. We know what Rollins said.
Yeah, he said die.
He said die.
Yeah. So Sir Charles, our guest here, watching Cena and Punk just put on a masterclass of business, how you're supposed to work. What were your thoughts?
Oh, I was thoroughly impressed and so entertained. Every bit of it was just a masterclass, and I'm ready to see them mix it up again, honestly.
If that ever happens. Will Tarashok, did that bring you Money in the Bank vibes?
It did. It kind of like, just throughout the whole match, it kind of felt like Cena was working a little heelish. Just in the match. I mean, granted, that's hindsight, because I already knew he was turning heel, so I was kind of looking for things.
Yeah.
But like, the fact that he was protecting Punk from Rollins and like kind of fucking over Rollins a few different times there, like, Cena taking advantage of the stomp and just going straight into the STF isn't something like we would normally see from a babyface. Cena. It's like the easy way out. So there were little droppings and like foreshadowings in there that was nicely done. And yeah, I mean, Cena looked great.
Yeah, it was amazing. Obviously, Seth Rollins told CM Punk to die. Like, did they just fire the guy that just censors all the audio? Because it looks like that person just lost their job for some reason, and we're better for it, to be completely honest with you. Because as soon as we all thought, oh, Punk and Seth are done, Seth yells die, and Punk and Seth pretty much did what we thought KO and Sami was going to do on Monday Night Raw. They just fought each other throughout the entire arena.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's what I thought it would be.
They fired him when he said die. Like, wait, no, come back, we need you. Ah, fuck.
This totally missed the boat. So John Cena wins the entire chamber via somewhat of a help from Seth Rollins. Obviously, Cody comes out to greet him, And you think it's going to be this kind of this wholesome moment of like, wow, this is the WrestleMania main event, and it's actually on paper. If none of the heel stuff occurs, it's still a great match. You know? If none of this occurs, it's still a great match. Then all of a sudden, the star scream to Megatron, Travis Scott comes out of nowhere.
That's a good way of looking at it.
He's literally Starscream in this scenario. Starscream comes out high as a kite to Fiend for like 2 seconds. The Rock comes out. They're walking to the ring. Travis Scott, again, high as a kite, starts saging the ring. I don't know if anybody else noticed this. He was saging the ring. That's a new level of high that I have yet to achieve ever.
I don't think it was a new level of high. He was cleansing the ring because look at all that bad energy that came out of that. I felt that saging the ring was the correct choice there.
Do you think honestly, Travis Scott knew?
No. I don't think Travis Scott knew, but also I think Travis Scott needed something on fire to hold that wasn't a blunt.
That is 100% accurate. That is exactly what happened.
Like, they were like, hey, well, how about, it's like what I do with Boris when he takes something of mine that he shouldn't have, being like, hey, instead of my slipper, why don't you take this toy? Here, Travis Scott, here's a bundle of sage. I think that's what happened there, but it made sense with what was going on.
Go play with this for a while. Oh,
that's funny as hell.
So then everybody's in the ring. The Rock comes out and again starts reading from his favorite smut book of like lately. And you know how I know this? Because people in the crowd next to me started knowing what he was going to say next.
Oh, God.
Okay. It is clear that there's someone on the writing team that either reads smut or he's being influenced by like his wife or something. Like someone's having a ball with his writing right now at the moment.
Ryan Gewurz.
Yeah, right. It could be Ryan
secretly
Gewurz.
Loves smut.
It's not a secret anymore. I've listened to too many Rock promos and I'll be like, this is smut. To a T. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just weird coming from The Rock. People has to make. And so Cody has a decision to make. And he's like, I've already sold my soul. By the way, played up really well by 3 people in the ring who are actual professional actors. Because Cody did go to acting school.
Yeah.
You know, played it up well. And then the F-bomb heard around the world, Will, if you may.
I popped so hard.
Go fuck yourself!
He's
a hair rock!
We all
You
did.
were so excited to say it, too.
I jumped out of my seat.
I did, too.
Anyway.
I popped so hard. And we're watching it. I'm watching it in the morning. Well, I guess in the morning with my parents. My mom goes, "What?"
Your mother's fears come to fruition now that you're of age.
Oh, and when Cena turns heel, she's like, "Oh, I knew he was gonna do that." Cody started bleeding. She covers her face. Oh.
That was amazing. So we say that John Cena playing up like this, just the guy who thinks this is all funny to everybody. And then he goes in to embrace Cody. And I remember looking at the Tron, and soon as John Cena raised his head,
looked up.
Yeah, in the best acting he's ever done since the Fast and Furious, and that's not saying much. It's true.
That stone cold killer look on his face.
There was
like,
audible
shit.
groans in the crowd. Oops, sorry. As I get a phone call from people. There were audible groans in the crowd of the impending doom. And then The Rock did the throat slash with the 2, and he got kicked in the balls, and just all shock and awe broke loose. The Queen cried. I saw a tear.
I cried too.
I saw a tear go down her face. I was like, at first I was like, you have tear ducts. But you know, there was a child. There was a family of 4, 2 boys in front of us, and there was one child in full out John Cena gear, like the special edition John Cena gear.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
I watched the kid's heart die in front of me. You know, there was apparently another group of kids. There's another family that was been talked about where one kid was dressed in all Cody gear and the other kid was dressed in John Cena gear. I was like, wow, that Thanksgiving dinner this year is going to be rough.
Awkward.
Yeah.
You have John Cena picking up the
Watch.
which Michael Cole erroneously said brass knuckle. Michael Cole also cursing on
You
camera.
sick bastard!
You gonna stoop to this shit?
I honestly, I low key popped more for Michael Cole cursing.
Yeah, I did
than
too.
fucking Cody
I did
cursing.
too. Honestly, I did. I was like, get it, Michael Cole.
It was great.
Who knew Michael Cole could have this much fun?
I know. Right?
None of us.
Unreal.
Yeah, the beatdown heard round the world. My lord, I can go on and on about this. We're going to talk about it a little bit more. Obviously, it's going to be the main part of the show. But Sir Charles, you were in Atlanta. I was in Toronto. You were in Atlanta. Tell me about your experience when this all went down. You also texted me too as well.
Disturbed my neighbors. I may have disturbed my neighbors with how loud I popped.
Is that so?
I wasn't ready. I wish I had put money on it. It was the greatest thing that I could have imagined happening, and all the groundwork for it got laid at Bad Blood, which I was in attendance for. So I'm elated.
Yeah. Kayfabe, we talked due to necessity.
Yes.
After the show, because I needed some sort of balance. How was it like when you saw this live?
So Liv and I watched live, and we marched the fuck out, and I cried my eyes out. Because,
I'm not surprised by this.
Well, that's a mark of a good wrestling show. If I'm crying at wrestling again, that's very good. I swore up and down that it was too late to turn Cena heel, and I always love when I'm wrong about wrestling. This is the only time I like being wrong. I'm hype. I am this close to buying a Thugonomics shirt off Extreme Wrestling Shirts. I am ready for heel John Cena.
Yeah, I don't know if this is Thugonomics John. I think this is because Thugonomics John, when you look back at it, was actually just kind of a tweener. He was very heelish.
That's what I was saying. That's how I was explaining Thugonomics to Liv.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't want jorts. I think he's going to show up in a suit. If I'm being
Who knows
honest.
what's going to happen with that? Well, Tereshak, what was your experience watching this live? I mean, here's the thing. You knew it was going to happen because you didn't watch it live, but you watched the replay. So did you still pop for this?
Oh, of course I did. Yeah, no. If I watched it live, I would have lost my fucking mind. I would have been stomping around the house. I would have been kicking out doors. Like I would have been like playing the trumpet.
And you're the biggest Cena fan of all of us.
Oh, I love John Cena. Yeah, no, but I think I don't know what to think because the moment was so good. It was done so well. Cena pulled it off so good. I just wonder and I fear how long before we start cheering him because this is something we've wanted for so long. Mm-hmm. Like, how are they going to pull it off? Because Cena needs this to be a dastardly bastard of a heel, like a Kevin Owens heel. Kevin Owens is great at turning that heel mode on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I need John Cena to cut R-Truths open and like pull out his eyeballs and feed it to him. Like, you need R-Truth to come out and be like, I can see you now. And John Cena just beats the fuck out of him. It's like this just ruins him. Like, you need to run through. I think Cena needs new music. He needs new outfits. So I don't know how they're going to pull this off going forward. But it's off to a crazy start so far. And it's just kind of funny because now he's back in Africa filming a movie. So he's going to be back for a few more weeks.
To put this
what if he brings back the prototype?
Oof, no. I wouldn't want that.
No, I wouldn't either. It's going to be something brand new. Like, it's a shame, though, because I think John Cena's music is absolutely perfect. Like, you don't need to change
Shout out to MOP for that. Great violence upon black men after Black History Month. Thanks, Taquan. Thanks for that perspective. for that. He did take out Kodarius Raheem Rhodes in Toronto. It's also crazy. So, John Cena had not done a show in Toronto in over 15 years. Like the last time was 2010. And this was his last time in Toronto. So all of these people, all these Canadian citizens who waited 15 plus years for John Cena to return, potentially had kids, and they wanted to show their kids the greatness of John Cena. Watch John Cena, who, by the way, performed more Make-A-Wishes before the event started.
I know, that's even crazier thing. He did make wishes
Right.
that afternoon.
Yeah. Go just...
Like, you know he promised one of them he's going to win the chamber, too, right?
Well,
like,
winning the chamber's fine. Everything he did afterwards.
What if John Cena turning heel was some kid's Make-A-Wish?
That would be perfect. That honestly...
What if this is a Make-A-Wish?
That would be
This whole
perfect. And
thing?
we need to honor and protect that child at all costs.
that kid needs to win a
Yes.
Warrior Award.
Seriously, yes. Yes. Warrior Award winner immediately. Absolutely.
But somehow The Rock will still be responsible for the wish.
Absolutely.
Somehow.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
He'll take credit.
Yeah.
He admits he does that in the post show. He's like, someone will name this error. I'll say it on TV and take credit for it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So John Cena totally flipping it on its head. I got text messages from people. You know who text messaged me that I know doesn't consistently watch wrestling? Vaughn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, I hope your birthday was worth it. You just saw the greatest heel turn in history. Which, by the way, next question. Is this the greatest heel turn in history? Will Tarashon.
Why isn't it?
I'll tell you why it's not. Because my one bone to pick, why the fuck was Travis Scott there?
There's a role to play. I believe there's a role to play with Travis Scott.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I hope it goes somewhere, but like, you know, imagine when Hogan turned heel, like Meatloaf was in the ring for no reason. and like, you know, here we are 30 years later, still watching highlight reels of the leg drop, and fucking Meatloaf just standing in the back of the ring, just. That's what I mean. Like this really should have been one of the greatest moments of all time, and Travis Scott just being there for the sake of being there. It's just like, why are you there?
Listen, you
I don't
you
think
have
he
no
was there
control.
for the sake of being
You have
there.
no control when the high hits.
I guess.
But also, like, he turned heel literally 3 days ago. We don't know why Travis Scott was there. I feel like you're being a little quick to judge
Mhm.
True.
that he was there for no reason.
But think of like wrestling though, right? Cody Rhodes, The Rock, John Cena, 3 people who are going to live in history forever. Period. Right? They're going to be played and replayed forever. Travis Scott is not. He's just not.
yeah, but
he's not a wrestling person.
Travis, sure, but he's indicative. It was hot at this time.
Right.
Like, not
Right.
everybody you're gonna like. Anytime you watch shit back, I watch old matches all the time. Not everything is gonna age well, and sometimes part of the story has to be something that's not necessarily something that's like an evergreen part of the story. Travis Scott is possibly not gonna live forever in wrestling history. We also low-key don't know that. Like, watch, he's like the next Bad Bunny or some shit. Actually, turns out to be a good wrestler because I heard he might wrestle.
Well, that brings me
I
to
heard
my
he
next
wants to
point.
wrestle.
That brings me to
At
my next
minimum-
point.
Even if Bad Bunny was there, I would still say like, what is Bad Bunny doing here for the same reason? Like that's why I say no. This is not the greatest heel turn of all time because this isn't not that's not going to not age well. But okay, you kind of made my point. Like, not everything in wrestling is made not made to age well. Travis Scott being there, I think 30 years from now, people are gonna be like, who is that?
I mean,
You know what
people say-
I know those 3.
I mean, here's
Who's
the
that?
thing. People will say the same thing about Liberace being at WrestleMania 1.
That's true.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
I
but that
guarantee,
wasn't
like,
that
if you
wasn't
talk you talked
Liberace
to a
being
hu-
there. What was he, the ring announcer, or was he just there?
No, I think he did like he did a performance piece. Like I
But
Okay.
that's the risk with any celebrity cameo. Like, a lot of them, you're not going to know who they are. Like, if you ask a young kid today who Liberace is, a lot of them aren't going to
Yeah,
know
not
who
a
the fuck
goddamn
you're
chance.
talking about.
I couldn't tell you who
Kids-
Liberace is.
Kids today don't know who, like, the Spice Girls are.
Right.
Like-
Exactly. And you don't put those people in a position that's supposed to be one of the greatest moments in WWE history, is my whole point.
Mhm.
Well, at minimum, Travis is doing Cena's music or something, as Mr. Fred said in the comments.
Oh,
He-
that'd be cool. Travis Scott did his music.
Yeah.
But Travis Scott just Oh no, Travis Scott was part of the turn. Yeah, that'd be cool if Travis Scott did his entrance music.
I believe Travis Scott is part of Return. Like you don't give Travis Scott that big entrance before The Rock if he's not involved in something bigger.
He's not there for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, he's there for a reason. We just don't know why yet.
And Will, I think you're missing.
They got a collaborative album coming out.
Stop it. Anyway.
Oh my god.
All right, you heard it from me first. Just know that.
Greatest heel turn of all time. I'm still saying Hogan by far.
Here's the thing. Hogan also had Dennis Rodman.
Right,
Oh,
but
yeah,
not,
a lot
not
of
at
people
the
don't-
turn though. Right, that was
Not
throughout.
at the turn, but the thing is, wrestling is always synonymous with pop culture. Travis Scott is pop culture. Travis Scott being there is selling WrestleMania. That's the setup. That's the setup.
Yeah.
Travis Scott is your gateway. If anything, he's also the WWE's Dennis Rodman at this point. He's clearly Dennis. He's clearly Dennis Rodman in this role. They are not the NWO. They're probably going to be called something that we saw on the internet called the Break-A-Wish Foundation, which I think you should keep.
That's really good.
That's incredible,
really
actually.
good. That is really good. That is really good.
Wow.
I would probably buy that shirt.
Bravo.
Yeah, I don't know who came up with
Foundation.
it, but bravo to them.
The Rock did. What do you mean?
Yeah, right. The Rock did. I think.
I wonder if like they've been holding all these things in for years, like for John Cena. Like, what if we can turn him one day?
You know what it is? And again, we're all nerds here. We're watching episode 3 in real life. I could have yelled at any time at John Cena during his heel turn. You are the chosen one.
No, literally. I loved you like a brother, John Cena.
John. I did.
Dude, honestly, it makes me think that he's not retiring at the end of the year.
Oh, he's
going to
retiring.
keep going.
This makes me think he is retiring because it's like, let's give them what they want. You know what this does make me think?
Whoa. He did say, he specifically said when he retired that he's done with like Jorts, John Cena, and all that shit.
There's room for a loophole.
There is absolutely room. There is room for a loophole, even if John Cena doesn't fucking wrestle next year or going forward, even if he's part of WWE, like in some other way. Like, what? Imagine heel John Cena is like a GM or something.
He does the Rock's bidding.
Because here's the thing, man. He needs to turn back eventually.
But when?
You know what I mean? Like, do you want to see John Cena's last match and a career end with him as just a bastard heel? Because, like, if you're going to make it his career ends when he finally taps out and finally gives up, okay. But, like...
I have an idea.
The Go Home tour, though, was sold as this is the last time we're seeing John Cena. And we've come to love this cheesy, Make-A-Wish, rainbow-colored, Fruity Pebble John Cena. And now it's just like, well, we're not going to get that at all? Like,
I'm noticing something now in this
What?
photo. Is this I'm noticing something
on.
now in this photo. Is this the first time that John Cena's worn all-white sneakers with his jorts?
I have no idea.
Because I want to say
Probably.
yes. I want to say yes with that.
For the blood. K. Murphy, what's your idea?
Yeah.
All right, it's a little crazy, but
I love crazy. You had Goldberg coming out last week. It can't
Yeah,
get
seriously.
crazier.
Come on.
No, it's a different kind of crazy. It's not like Goldberg, Eva Marie crazy. It's like a different crazy.
I swear if you start with and so Goldberg, I will cut you off.
No, Goldberg isn't touching this.
Okay.
Nor is Eva Marie. Okay, so do you remember when John Cena did that like House of Horrors match with Bray Wyatt a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think doing another kind of House of Horrors match with Uncle Howdy could be his way out. Because if I remember correctly, in that Bray Wyatt match at some point, he's wearing an NWO shirt.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So that low key could be foreshadowing heel Cena in the future. And I feel like if John Cena needs to find his way back to Fruity Pebbles, jorts wearing, saving kids with cancer, John Cena, the only way out is through. So he would have to go back in some kind of House of Horrors, Firefly Funhouse type thing with Uncle Howdy and find his way back out to himself. Like I
love the
can't
long
see him
term storytelling.
turning-
I love that long term.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be really cool, but Wyatt 6 needs to be on TV again.
They moved him to
That's-
Well, they got moved to
I
SmackDown.
think Bo is injured, right? Bo's
Something like
injured?
that. But the
Something like
Whites,
that. But yeah, okay. I
I
actually think
didn't know
that is a really good idea, though.
yeah, and
Thank you.
they moved to SmackDown. John Cena, by default, going for his title, is going to be on SmackDown, which I think is the smart move because this is a pop culture event right now. Like ESPN talked about it. Jon Stewart's monologue on The Daily Show compared the meeting between Zelensky and Trump to Cena turning heel, and it's actually a masterclass. I have to send it to you, Will.
I love Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart needs to run for president.
Agreed.
You need to see this video, Will, because everything he says, he's like, you know what? I think he's right about this. So John Cena being on the more accessible brand to the general public is the smart move here because we don't have any answers until Friday.
So many people text me, like people who know I watch wrestling but just don't care about wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like my buddy McLeod texted me, what is the significance of John Cena kicking this guy in the balls last night? People are losing their minds and I'm very confused. So I had to explain it to him. A member of my own family texted me, did Cody Rhodes really get hurt? Did The Rock and John Cena actually literally beat him up? Or is this part of the theatrics? I'm very upset over this. And because I was just like, there's totally someone playing a prank on this family member. And I really wanted to play along, like, no, he's actually beat up. But I was like, I can't. I'm not welcoming my own family members. I was like, yeah, it's part of theatrics. He's fine.
Oh, I wouldn't.
It was a big deal. I'll tell you how bigger of a deal it is, too, Will. I got a text message within 20 minutes of a show ending from none other than Mance Chapel, who said, put me on the show. Mance is coming back because Cena turned heel.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Mance is always welcome. Mance is always welcome.
Yeah. Mance delivery was like, bring me back on the show for a pre-main. I was like, Mance, you can be the Mania show. I'm so serious.
Oh, absolutely.
And,
I mean, dude, everyone knows John Cena. John Cena is one of those guys who's punctured through. I mean, mainly because you can't see me memes and
of course. Shout out
he's
Tony Yayo.
He's basically just a meme, and people see some of his movies, but yeah, this really rocked the sports and entertainment world to its core.
Shannon Sharp talked about it on First Take. Okay.
Well, dude, that's because, I mean, to be fair, though, the only thing left to talk about is, spring training baseball.
And the NFL Combine as well.
NFL Combine, yeah, that as well.
Yeah, so it was a slow sports week.
We're in the down era for sports.
It's a slow sports week. I do love what I did catch from the presser, because I haven't watched it yet, actually. But Triple H saying...
Oh, Mr. Wild P, Boat House has been cleared. Thank you.
Oh, nice. So also the one thing I got from the presser was when... what was it? When Triple H was just like, oh... I guess people can stop worrying about the build to WrestleMania now.
Yeah, it was great. It was like, guys, shut the fuck up for a second, all right? Let me cook.
Yeah, I got this. I have to. Okay, have you sent Will the Transformers ending thing that I sent you?
No, I have not.
Okay, well, so they do, so you ever see the end of Transformers and it's created by Michael Bay? And it's that Linkin Park song?
Oh yeah, What I've Done.
Yeah. So somebody put What I've Done to the heel turn.
Oh my
so
god!
Good.
And when John Cena lifts his face up and gives the heel face, it cuts the black and goes, created by Paul Triple H Levesque. Yeah. Yeah, this could lead a lot of ways. Obviously, we're getting something really ridiculous for Vegas. There's a possibility that we get Bad Bunny versus Travis Scott would be interesting. People have theorized this could lead to the return of Stone Cold. Stone Cold and The Rock.
He said something on a podcast. He was
Austin?
like, if Cody needs an extra set of hands, I'll be there.
Oof.
Damn.
That glass shattering would be unbelievable.
I mean, it should have been last
It'd be
year,
deafening.
but that's okay.
Mhm.
Oh, last year would have been the perfect time, but Austin wanted his money, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, and then so they did. Well, no, Cena was
paid,
there for
man.
Solo.
What's up?
Okay, no, because Austin would have taken Undertaker's place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right, and Cena would have still been there.
Cena would have still been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, dude, everything about it. The storytelling was so good. The watch too. It's like that's Dusty's watch.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Which is rumored and been speculated. That's what Rock gave Cody at the night after Mania last year.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's all going to tie together. I just hope John Cena can finish filming soon so he can get back to TV.
Yeah, I really hope John Cena cuts a
I think it's 2 or 3 weeks.
something like that.
Wait, so he's not going to be on Raw on Monday
Or SmackDown. This will be a SmackDown.
Or SmackDown.
This will technically be a SmackDown thing.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
Also, I have like a 5% chance of going to Raw on Monday.
5%.
I'm going.
Wait,
My
you're going
friend
to Raw,
texted
okay?
me.
We bought tickets the minute they announced Punk and Seth in a steel cage.
You would.
There you go.
You would.
So my friend
They're
texted
our
me.
favorites. We had to.
I got you.
He goes. There's like a drawing at work for 2 free tickets for the company suite for Raw on Monday. He said, I put my name. He goes,
No
if
way.
I get it, if I get it, we're going. I'm like, Chief, you better fucking rig this election. You better rig this race. I was like, dude, it's a steel cage match. It's gonna be fucking bonkers.
I'm so excited.
Jesus Christ.
in a health, and I was like, oh wow, this is why healthcare in America sucks. It's a healthcare company. I'm a fucking MSG suite.
Oh, Nate, Nate Game Changers here. What's going on, Nate? So John Cena has to cut a promo at some point to explain himself, and I really hope it's a Die Rocky Die remake. Like that's all.
Wow.
That's all I want. If I want John just to go like Die Rocky Die, and then like just do a whole bunch of like I want John Cena to actually pull a pipe bomb.
Yeah.
Like sit cross-legged at the
Like
entrance.
sit on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, honestly, at this point, the only friend that potentially could have Cody's back is Punk.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, no, Punk went off on him on Raw though.
Punk went off on a lot of people. Punk came in a deliberate Rocky, like a rock style pickup truck, and just went berserk.
Mhm.
I was like, oh wow, he's really mad. He's like, I'm gonna get us canceled off Netflix. I'm like, no, you're not, but you're gonna try.
Here for it.
And at this point, let's really think about this, Marks. Everything CM Punk said in the original pipe bomb, for the most part, came true now that John Cena turned heel.
Yeah.
This needs to be studied. This really does.
This company will be in much better hands when Vince McMahon dies.
Literally.
And he talked about Dwayne being a kiss ass. He talked about Cena being a kiss ass. He talked about Triple H being a kiss. Like he predicted all of it. It's good.
CM Punk is a Nostradamus of
CM
wrestling.
Punk
I'll
might
give
be.
him my title.
I'm okay with giving CM Punk statehood or sainthood. Sorry, I'm okay with giving Punk sainthood.
I support it.
To be fair though, Rocky is the bigger star. Like, let's just be real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rock is the most recognizable person on the planet.
As of right now, yeah.
He's a legend. According to that crazy video package they did for him at the Chamber, he is the most followed actor on like TikTok.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we use acting loosely with The Rock, but you know what we mean.
Acting.
Acting.
Is legally acting.
Yes, it's legally acting. It's barely singing at
Acting for tax purposes only.
That's very true. So it's so true. This offshore bank accounts and shit. So moving on. Moving on to the Cody and John Cena heel thing. We also had Jade Cargill as the people like to say, beating the brakes off of Naomi to start the show. And
that was awesome.
And
the look on Alexa Bliss's face was like, I'm scared but also turned on.
And somehow, some way, Jade Cargill got even better looking, which is scary to think about.
She's
so hot.
Incredible.
I was like, this isn't possible. Sir Charles, when Jade came out to start the show, what were your thoughts?
I began to pray because I knew somebody was about to get demolished. She had that walk. She had that walk on her. She had that gait about her that said, "I'm about to jeopardize somebody's livelihood." As soon as I put my hands on there, and that's exactly what she did. And kudos to Bianca for that wonderful soap opera performance in the box.
Oh yes, give Bianca all the acting awards. That is acting.
She
that is
sold
acting.
it really well, and I can't wait to her until Bianca gets hers.
Did you hear the audio? So WWE had leaked the audio of Bianca when she found out Jade went to attack, It's a great. It's on TikTok somewhere, but it's a great like 30 seconds of her just screaming her head off, like bloody murder. Kayfabe, did you have any thought that potentially she would actually go after Liv? Because I will say this, props to Liv Morgan for playing it up real well.
Oh, Liv going over to the pod and just laughing in Bianca's face afterwards too.
Yeah,
dude.
That's funny.
Ricky, you and I owe Liv Morgan an apology. She is on a completely different level and has really carried the entire women's division for the past year.
I honestly agree with you. She, in the past year or so, she's worked her face off.
Yeah, and yeah, she returned last year at the Rumble.
Yeah, she
and
worked her face
then,
off.
She is just completely turned her career around
Mm-hmm.
and is just firing on all cylinders. Even when she doesn't have the title anymore, she is the most important person on that. Like her work without the title has been way better than Rhea Ripley's former title reign.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that's out the way. She Liv Morgan's worked her face off. She totally deserved that final 2 spot.
Yep.
You know,
again.
Yeah,
yes,
she did.
you know, she did. You know, the thing with like throwing Bianca at the cage and then ripping her back with her own ponytail. I was like, that works.
And then taking that slap from the ponytail.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that slap was rough. I do.
How did that sound in the stadium?
It was loud. It was really loud.
Oh yeah.
I can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was real loud. I do like this comment from Nate, the great of the Bracer Impact podcast. Jade brings the Hall of Pain to the women's division, and honestly, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
If Jade's the female Hall of Pain, yes, please. For it, obviously Bianca wins the whole thing, beating Liv, and we thought the ready-made plan was, because if it's that easy, we might as well go with it. You know, Occam's razor. The easiest answer is probably the best answer. With Bianca versus Rhea, but she lost to Io on Monday, which was weird.
Yeah, triple threat.
Yeah,
triple threat.
It could be a triple threat. There is some wiggle room to say about like Bianca interfered and Rep just didn't call for anything. So there's that. I would have liked Rhea and Bianca solo, but Rhea, Bianca, and Io also really fun.
That's a really fun match.
Also really fun. It's more exciting to me than Tiffy and Charlotte at the moment.
I mean,
Absolutely.
neither of them are really screaming excitement to me. I mean, because the Charlotte's just overshadowing Tiffany. The Trish rub, okay, all right, cool. But the triple threat. It seems like Triple H in the booking team didn't have a story to actually give for Rhea and Bianca, so they're just like, I guess we'll just throw Io in there, have a good match, and just kind of say, fuck it, that's what we're doing. It kind of seems like an act of desperation for me. Like they just didn't have anything to do, so they said, we don't know what we're doing, so it's going to do something.
Maybe. I mean, we also don't know how the Jade thing's going to go and going to, be a part of this as well, if it even is.
That's way more interesting
it is.
than either title feud right now. That Jade thing. And it was very interesting that Triple H said in the post show, because someone asked about the night 1 main event. Triple H was like, there is no night 1 main event right now. Everything's up in the air. Who can grab the attention of the audience?
That's good.
I thought that was very interesting. Because I was like, oh, if they do that cage match right next week, you could totally have
Seth and Punk.
Rollins, especially if Roman gets involved, that triple threat main event. Like, I could see
now that's a match.
If the crowd really cares about that. I mean, because, Jay and Gunther, it's kind of lost some steam now. It's Cena's turned heel. It's like, oh,
yeah, no, Cena turning heel has turned everything on its head.
Yeah, that's obviously night 2. Obviously, duh. But that night 1 is still up in the air because Jay is still mega over.
Oh, yes.
But Gunther, he beat up Tozawa last week. He beat up Otis this week in a pretty solid match. Like, that's a good match. But is that story going to be strong enough to carry that night 1 main event?
No.
I don't know. I like that's up in the air.
It's interesting. People were joking that it took Jey Uso to beat John Cena for John Cena to say, you know what, screw all of this.
Exactly.
That's what it took for John Cena to turn heel.
That's hysterical.
It is absolutely hysterical. The other part, speaking of Roman, with all of this in play with WrestleMania and all of that, is that you also have the fact that CM Punk has the biggest card to play in this whole thing.
Yeah, the favor.
The favor.
Mhm.
Now, what does the favor do? Does he use the favor to help Cody because he likes Cody? Which is something that he kind of hinted at when he told Cody, like, this is what's going to happen when you become a champion? Or he doesn't use it for his own personal gain?
Well, you got to think, too. What does Paul Heyman have the power to actually do?
To tell Roman what to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Right.
power.
Right.
Yeah.
So how would that be used with Cody?
Because Paul said, Paul's like, I owe you a favor, and it's a favor, no questions asked.
Right.
You know, what's up, A.O. Baker, creator of our theme? Well, I'm going to be on his show, I think, this Thursday. Signature Move
Oh,
show.
cool.
Yeah, talking about the breakdown of it from that perspective. A.O. Baker, just letting you know, Mr. A.O. Baker, tons and tons of poutine, like one a day, by the way. He gave me that recommendation. And things like that. So the Punk thing is interesting to see what he does with this power, because he holds that card. And the other big thing, I don't think it's possible that we're going to go to WrestleMania 41 without Roman Reigns involved in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, absolutely. He comes back next week, I think.
Yeah.
The place would have like you could have clearly set up Rock Roman if Roman showed up on Elimination Chamber.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
We all did, and then
no.
Cody just got his ass beat, and that's how the show went.
Yeah, I liked your idea, Ricky, a lot, but they kind of just reversed it and pushed it up ahead.
Yeah, I was like,
Pushed it
oh
up
wow,
a
they did
while.
this quicker than I thought they were going to
Yeah.
do this.
And honestly, I think that was the best thing to do.
It literally got the world talking. It worked.
Yeah.
WrestleMania's
in full gear now.
WrestleMania's in full gear. Wrestling is pop culture again. You can't tell us Mark's anything for a very, very long time.
But yeah. Anyway, Bianca winning the chamber, cool.
Jade.
Going to WrestleMania.
Jade coming back. And then we had two Canadians try to kill each other without any blood, because apparently they saved the blood spot for Cody and company. I love the presentation of this match. It was totally a slap of, hey, let's do the unsanctioned lights out AEW match, but actually make it make sense. It's true. They dimmed the lighting to an extreme level. The referee did not come out in referee gear. He had all black and black gloves, thinking that they were going to bleed. They didn't bleed. And then you just had KO and Sami run around the Sky Dome for a pretty long time and try to kill each other.
Yeah, do what they do best.
Yeah.
I don't know how Kevin didn't bleed on that barbed wire spot.
It was
'cause his
shaved.
cheek.
It was shaved.
Very well.
Ah.
It was shaved very, very well. The Queen and I watched it a couple of times, but yeah, it was shaved very well.
I was gonna say, because he hit that chair like right on the cheek.
Yeah, and then he got a blue thunder bomb on the chair, which didn't break, by the way. He bounced off that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a brutal match that could have been even more brutal if we didn't have the shocking moment that we were going to have at the end of the show. But Sir Charles, what did you think of the Canadians doing Canadian things? The reason that pretty much the Geneva Convention is the way it is because of Canadians. That's a real fact,
Man, honestly, that was definitely a fight forever kind of match. I did not want it to stop. I enjoyed watching them beat the absolute piss out of each other. And what makes it all great is knowing that after that, they probably had a drink together.
Literally.
That is true. Kayfabe, when you were watching that, what were your thoughts?
I had the same exact thought. We were talking about that. We were watching it. I'm like, they're literally going to go backstage after this over, talk about how sick the match was, and like go hang out. Like, Kevin and Sami are always like some of my favorite people. Like, I could watch them in some different match at WrestleMania every year, and I wouldn't get sick of it.
Yeah, pretty much. This felt very
I
much.
never get bored of them.
Yeah, this felt very much Ring of Honor to me as well.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Very,
Oh, yeah.
very much Ring of Honor to me as well. And we thought this was over. Then KO was going to do KO and do KO things to Sami after a match is over, because that's what Kevin Owens does. And then coming back even bigger than before, Randy Orton. Which I literally jumped out of my seat and started singing the theme song with everybody else in the crowd. Because that's what you do when you don't expect Randy to show up, who just sashayed his way to the ring, taking his grand old time so we can see how big he got yet again. And
It's not fair.
It is really disgusting how in great shape he still is and continues to be at the age of like what, 45?
Ish, yeah.
Yeah.
45-ish. And then he was about to punt the living shit out of Kevin Owens. He charged up the knee, and then they didn't give it to us. And I thought this was going to be the craziest moment of the night. We had Jade come back. That was wild. Randy came back. And then John Cena turned heel and turned everything on its head. And somehow, every time Randy Orton makes a major return, something bigger happens.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, right? I'm not going to lie, dude. When he came back, I was like, oh, but I kind of want more Sami. I was like, I wasn't like, how you, they can't follow that match up at WrestleMania. Like this match at WrestleMania is gonna be like, oh, but Sami. So I mean, like, yeah, cool. Like this really was what it was building to, because yeah, Randy Orton got taken out, but the power driver, but
yeah,
but Sami. Like, come on now.
Yeah, this is crazy. Sir Charles, how excited were you when you thought Randy was about to punt KO?
Listen, I'm always excited for a Randy return. I was pumped to see him. And with as big as his legs have gotten, I'm pretty sure he would have separated KO's head from his shoulders.
Honestly, I'm looking at Randy's thighs right now, and I'm just, they're suffocating a lot.
like the size of my torso.
Like, you know when you stuff two pillows into one pillowcase? That's what
That is a 20 by 20 pillow and a 16 by 16 case.
You're absolutely correct. Absolutely. That pillowcase is holding on for dear life. Goodness gracious. And then Randy RKO'd everybody for the crowd. And this was the middle of the card, folks. This is the middle thing of the show.
Yeah.
God. Elimination Chamber was supposed to be, on paper, you know, just a setup pay-per-view or a PLE, that like a B tier, and that's no offense to that because you have to have B tiers, PLE to set up the bigger PLE. And right now, currently, this is the PLE of the year, hands down, bar none. Sure. You know, and now WWE has to top that with WrestleMania. Like WrestleMania is the next PLE. We are less than 50 days out.
Yeah. And KO Sami's match of the year. And it's going to be very, very hard to beat that.
Yeah.
Like Cena Cody, good luck. Good luck. Even with all the Gaga of the Rock coming there, good luck.
Yeah, it's Jesus Christ. What a fantastic match and an event, an Elimination Chamber. I found it ironic that the biggest sponsor was Novocaine, which is a movie about a guy that can't feel pain. you know, so Elimination Chamber was just all the feels. And so as we begin to wrap up the show, because I told you that's the only thing we're talking about. Maybe we'll do Revolution, maybe we won't. I haven't thought about it yet. I haven't watched AEW since I left to go to Toronto.
We have to.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if you want to get your lead back, because unfortunately for both of us,
I know,
Kay
dude,
is in the lead
very poorly. I don't get it. There you go, Kay. I'm proud of you.
Wow. Finally.
Kay is in the lead by 1 point. Will, me and you are tied, and Kay is a point above us. So
we're supposed to pick some Discord so we can all keep track.
I can do that. I can give you guys an updated ranking.
We were watching, and I was every time a match would, I'd be like, "Wow, my predictions were on fucking point."
Yeah,
I was so
picked
proud.
Alexa Bliss. I picked CM Punk.
You just picked to be contrarian, and that really bit you in the ass.
And hey, it's February. All right?
Finally going with my gut worked out for me.
WrestleMania is 2 nights, all right? I'll bounce back.
And Stand and Deliver is also the beginning of WrestleMania Night 1, too.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, WrestleMania's a big grab.
NXT is always where I lose my footing, because I just get.
Well, now that the Hardys are potentially going to be involved more, you might get back into it, Kay.
Are we still wanting to go to NXT?
We can talk about that. The answer is yes. But We should have jumped on it when the pre.
Yeah, tickets too expensive. Right
yeah,
now.
we should have jumped on it, but I couldn't jump on it because I didn't tell most of you where I was going to be, hence why I didn't be like, hey, I'll front it.
That's totally valid. You were leaving the country.
Yeah. So otherwise, I would have been like, yeah, let's do it. But we can see it'll be a game time decision for the most part with that. But real quick, as we start to wrap up, Sir Charles, our special guest, final thoughts on Elimination Chamber as a whole.
Oh man, 3 just momentous memories from that. You know, Jade, Randy, and Cena, and more importantly, the joy I got from watching all the reaction videos of all them kids crying because Cena, because they went and met their hero for real. Nothing's gonna bring me such joy ever again, except for when Bianca turns.
Touche.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
I do wonder what's worse. Is it seeing the kids cry? Like, what's worse? Is it the kids crying over John Cena turning heel, or is it the parents filming their kids crying watching John Cena turn heel?
God, that's such a good question.
You know, I was saying this to Will the other day. I can't wait to be a parent and to watch this happen to my kids. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, I so agree with you.
This is the thing. Like, I love wrestling so much, and I love the emotional, like, response, whether positive or negative, it brings. I love the storytelling of it, and I want to pass it on to, like, our future kids. So I want them to get real invested in a wrestler, like, fall in love with them, be obsessed with them, like, so much that we don't like this wrestler, and then boom, they turn heel and shatter my kids' dreams. I want it so bad. I can't wait.
If I watched my 7-year-old cry, because I don't have a 7-year-old.
Yeah,
if I watched my hypothetical
new lore dropped, Will.
If I watched my hypothetical 7-year-old cry when John Cena turned heel, I would point and laugh right in his face and not feel bad about it.
That's when you teach them the John Cena sucks chant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're old enough.
Life lessons, folks. You can turn it into a life lesson. You know. But yeah, let me see. Will Terrashock, what are your thoughts on Elimination Chamber now that you've seen it and we got a chance to talk about it?
It was a great show. I give it a strong 9. A very, very strong 9.
Yeah, absolutely. Sir Charles, not Sir Charles, kayfabe.
That's me. I agree. Super strong pay-per-view. Also giving it a 9. It just makes me even that more excited for Mania. I'm just fucking hype.
That's true. And also, talk about best birthday ever. I leave the country. I watched John Cena turn heel. I have poutine and beaver tail. What an amazing time. Happy birthday to me, right?
Welcome back to America.
Oh, I do not want to be here
at all. It still sucks.
Yeah. I touched down and I was like, I should have gone back.
Honestly, yeah.
No, I'm working on it.
There's nothing for us.
I'm working on returning, although the tariffs are going to screw me up now. God damn it. But there's that. Yeah. What turned out to be like, oh, it's going to be a pretty good pay-per-view. Turned out to be, this is going to be a night that we'll study and talk about for wrestling historians forever. I need
a day that will live in infamy.
And it all started with 3 words: go fuck yourself. Hit it with me, Cody.
Go fuck yourself.
Exactly. This might be called the GFY era now. Now that The Rock and Triple H are in charge. Also, The Rock and Triple H are in charge, and we should have seen this coming.
Yeah.
Like, we should have. The Rock, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels are in charge. We should have seen this coming.
That puts it into such perspective.
I love that for us.
And they gave Shawn Michaels the young kids to work with. When you like, let's put this into perspective here. So, Jesus Christ, there is that. So that's all we have to unpack for this show. We might do a little bit of a post show. Who the hell knows? I'm
gonna hop. We're gonna. You guys can.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll figure it out there for a while. Maybe do just a quick post show, just so we can check our shit and see what else is going on in the world. Yankees won, by the way. Thanks God.
Yeah, dude, they played really well today.
Yeah, too bad it's only.
It's just a shame, players are getting hurt before the season starts.
Yeah.
Giancarlo
Louis Gill. You know,
fucking pathetic, dude. Oh, Scott Effers too. He's out.
No, whatever. And the Jets are being the Jets already by releasing Devontae Adams. So hope it was worth it, Devontae, you piece of crap.
Wait,
I mean,
we
hey,
did what?
Y'all released
got
Devontae
rid of
Adams.
Wait. We did what?
You released Devontae. You didn't know that?
I haven't been on social media all day.
Devontae Adams got released. You know the guy you traded for mid-season and gave up a 3rd-round pick? He just released him. You're not bringing Aaron Rodgers back either. Alan Lazard's seeking.
Thank God for that.
Alan
We
Lazard's
don't want
seeking a
Aaron
trade.
Rodgers.
God, you are so poorly run.
Sign Sam Darnold again.
I want Sam Darnold to go to them and be like, go fuck yourself. Just pull the Cody. Just
go fuck yourself.
That's what Sam Darnold needs to say to their management team.
But where's he
just
gonna
like
go? That's a post-show question.
Yeah.
CM Punk feels that the WWE will run better when Vince McMahon dies. I believe the Jets will run better when Woody Johnson dies.
Well, yes, because he's taking his cues from his children who still
Madden!
play Madden.
I hate him.
He signed and did not sign people based on Madden ratings. Okay.
At least he had a system.
Fair.
As flawed as it may be, he had a system nonetheless.
Fair. We can keep this conversation going. Will, hit me with that music. Let's get out of here, folks. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to King's Rings Podcast, episode number 401, Hollywood Heels, because we are in the go fuck yourself Hollywood heel era of WWE. I am your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings Podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe. Leave us some great 5-star reviews. The links to that are in the description below. If you are listening to us, please make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast. Follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter and at Wrestle Addict Radio, all one word, everywhere else. Shout out to our guest host, Sir Charles. Sir Charles, anything else? Anything you have to say for the crowd right now?
Stay classy, motherfuckers.
Perfect. Will Tarashak.
Love it. Love to hear it. How does one stay classy? That is the question of the ages. But Ricky, call me crazy, but I have a good feeling with the Yankees this year.
You are crazy right now.
I got a good feeling. I think the young guys going well. Jason Dominguez still can't play left field, but Spencer Jones is coming for that job one way or another. So, and Ben Rice, a backup catcher. Goldie went yard today. Belly went yard, I think, the other day. So they're gonna win like 92 games and breeze into the playoffs.
Right,
so that's
good.
my prediction. I'm sticking to it. It's because the AL is garbage, dude. The AL sucks.
Better for us. It's fine.
Hey, Kay, enjoy your Mets winning 84 games.
I have a lot of faith in my Mets. I think we're going to have a great season. I'm honestly really looking forward to baseball coming, so like being back and hopefully getting to see the Mets play this season. You can find me on social media at KAE_FABE. And that's all I have to say because Boris just stole a slipper he's not supposed to have. So I'll be right back.
Yes. So as Kay goes to deal with Boris on the slipper, Will tries to do. Yep. There it is. As Boris does what Boris does. Will's gonna do what Will's gonna do. Charles and I are going to do what Charles and I are going to do after I answer all of my texts and social media.
GM mode.
Not yet. In a couple weeks. GM mode is going to happen. When we come back next week, maybe we'll talk about Revolution. Maybe we'll totally forget about it, just like we forget about Slack being on the show all the time. But we will be back at some point. We also might be at NXT, so who the fuck knows when we're going to come back. Up is down, right is left. John Cena said fuck them kids. And so that's the state of the world right now. So until the next time you see us, folks, goodbye, good night. We will see you soon. And oh yes, I won't forget about him this time. Fuck you, Slack. This has been a Wrestle Addict Radio branded podcast.